The second she left, that the mind said, oh my God, like we can be human.
It's like PTSD.
Yes, we can be human and we're not fighting anymore. And it just swarmed. The demons that all that fight and all that shit was keeping away, it just came and it swallowed her whole. And it also swallowed me whole. But once again, like we were talking about, I got a chance to watch her and she set out the ultimate blueprint on how not to be. So I had a hard time learning growing up, but I was very smart when it came to human beings. A genius, because I lived in such hell. I was always studying people. Who can I trust? Who can I not trust? Energy. I got really good with energy. Is this person's energy good? Is it bad? So I became a genius on human beings. So I studied people all the time. Studied all the time.
She also talks about considering taking her own life.
Oh yeah.
Were you aware of that before you started working toward this book?
Yeah.
Together?
So yeah, she talked about that a few times with me, behind closed doors. And I'm surprised she didn't. There's a lot of stories that are still untold that she probably will never talk about, and I'll never talk about them until she says it's fine. But yeah, it was a bad way. So I give her credit for having the strength to say, okay, I need to continue on and figure out what's next for me.
She says the only reason that she didn't go through with it is because of you and your brother, because she knew that she would be leaving you in the hands of this tyrant that was going to mistreat you even more badly now that she wasn't around to protect you.
Yeah.
Which is it's beautiful, but it's also kind of a lot of pressure. It feels like a lot of pressure for a child to be the reason for his mother to still be there. And it's also a damning conclusion about the state of her life.
Right.
That the only thing stopping you from taking your own life is these two boys.
But it's also beautiful in a way because a lot of people only have one thing. You don't need a lot of things. Sometimes only thing that kept me with that one step forward was one thing. And so that one thing can get you to two things, to three things, to four things. So that was the beautiful thing about that, is that now she's 75 and she's retired because of that one thing.
You're having this conversation with your mum during the production of the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
You're having a conversation which is difficult to have in private.
Right.
With two microphones in front of you,
right.
Knowing full well that this is going out to millions of people. It's going to be scrutinized. It's going to be listened to. It's going to be reflected on.
Yep.
How difficult is it to watch your mother opening up about an experience which to you was traumatic, and then reopening those wounds in front of you and talking about that for millions of people to hear?
Oh, it's hard. It's hard, but it's necessary.
Why?
To be able to own your trauma, to be able to own everything about you and look it in the eye